Hey there, friends. Today I'm going to show you how I did the faux marbling for my new console table. Just as there are so many different types of marble, there are so many different techniques you can use. I was looking for something kind of simple without a whole lot of activity, and so that's the technique I'm going to show you for this kind of narrow, small console table that just really needed something simple. So the material you're going to need, the first thing you're going to want to do is have your wood and primed and painted in an acrylic. You are also going to need a little bit more of that base coat acrylic and another color for your veining color. And you're going to need a spray bottle filled with water, a glazing medium, a container to mix and hold the paint, a large feather like turkey, goose, pheasant, a stiff bristle round brush, a lint-free rag, and a hair dryer. I'm going to mix approximately a third each of water, glaze, and paint. You don't have to be exact. We're talking approximations. I lightened my gray up a little. I wanted, like I said, something simple, subtle. So you can make it darker, but I chose to lighten mine. Dip your feather in your glaze and then tap off most of the paint, blot it off, I guess, on a paper towel. And mist your working surface, your marble, your air quote marble. You just want a light mist. You don't want any puddles. And if you do see kind of puddles, use your rag to get some of those puddles up. You're just looking for a light, kind of consistent mist. Take your feather and start at the diagonal at the upper left-hand corner and slowly drag it down to the right and kind of rotate your fingers back and forth to get a jagged, uneven line that you would expect to see in nature. No straight lines here. And just repeat that diagonal, reloading your feather when you need. In areas where you see those, for lack of a better word, brush strokes from the feather, use your little round bristle brush to blot those out. And also I found it helpful to go back over and spritz some paint on those areas. That'll help that paint kind of dissipate and get more natural and subtle looking. Definitely carry your veining over to the side as you would expect, on a tabletop. You would see that veining coming over to the side. I also did, I primarily went diagonally, but every now and again I threw in kind of a horizontal line just to mix things up. This is really an easy process and it's really a quick process. The hardest thing, no kidding, is knowing when to stop. It goes so quickly and you're really going to be enjoying yourself that you're going to want to keep going. But really discipline yourself to know when to say when, to not overdo it. I think less is more in this case. have to let the feather go where the feather wants to go. You know, by rotating it back and forth, you really have very little control over it. Kind of flops, which is what you want. Once you get the marbling the way you want it, you are going to use your hair dryer and just dry off any water that's remaining. Put your hair dryer on its coolest heat level and hold it as far away from the your marble surface as you can. I found that the heat getting too close will yellow some of the white paint. So you don't want to do that. So just, do it lightly, do it as coolly and as far away as possible. And once that you get that paint done, we're going to glaze, and I'm going to show you how I'm glazing. These are the apron boards I did, and I marbled them the same way I did the top. So now I'm going to show you how to glaze, and we're just going to do the same thing, third, using the base color that we painted, that white base color. You're just going to do a quick coat on the boards, and by the time you get done painting on the boards, you can go back to the beginning where you started the glaze, and using your lint-free rag, just pick that glaze up, and you don't brush it off, just kind of dab it off. Just pick it up. Look at it from all angles. Make sure you get any brush strokes that might have remained from when you brushed the glaze down. Make sure you dab up if you have any kind of wrinkles from the cloth. You don't want any wrinkles. You're laying down the glaze and then you're gently picking it back up. Once my marbling was all done and I was satisfied with it, I really wanted to seal it and protect it. I've had a lot invested in this. So I put down several coats of polyacrylic, and I found the best way to do that, what worked best for me after much trial and error, truthfully, was to thin the polyacrylic a little bit with water, which slowed down the drying of it. I would lay down a coat using a brush made especially for polyacrylic. Let that dry, sand back over with 1000 grit sandpaper, and I would use it wet and dry, wet and dry sandpaper, and then put on another coat if I missed an area. By doing that, I feel like I was able to get a really nice satin smooth finish. Thanks so much for spending a few minutes of your time with me today. If you'd like to see the full post associated with this video, click the I in the upper right-hand corner, and that has the material list and everything. And if you want to see more videos from Nourish and Nestle, click the Nest in the bottom right-hand corner. Have a great day.